You're listening to 10 Questions with a Teacher with Charlie Mosiat and Jack Castle.
We live? Oh, we are live.
Are we live this morning?
Welcome to the 10 Question Podcast. It is a sunny Friday morning.
Very cold.
Bitter cold out though.
33 degrees.
Guys,
Welcome to Massachusetts.
bitter cold? Seriously?
Bitter cold? It's a high of 40 today. It's nuts.
Ooh.
Okay.
Gee,
Mr.
okay,
Nikolai.
Mr. New Englander.
Alright,
This is summertime in Alaska right now.
He's got his
Summertime Alaska.
cute little vest on, keep you warm.
hot coffee. Anyways, this is the 10 Question Podcast as you know it, and today we have the infamous Dr. Marsh with us today.
For the second time.
You just don't know about the
Yeah.
first time because we had a little bit of difficulties last year, and the best podcast we've ever filmed may have gotten, or I don't know, recorded, may have gotten lost forever.
We had lightning in a bottle and we let it out.
Exactly.
Damn.
Gone forever.
Please.
Can you get lightning in a bottle?
We had it.
You
But
can
we
make a
will.
tornado in a bottle. I don't know if you can make lightning in a bottle.
It's just something we should try in chemistry. I wish we did that sophomore chemistry.
Yeah.
Can
Wow.
we put lightning in a bottle?
I'll put it on my list of labs for
A
next year.
message in a bottle.
Alright. Anyway,
That's all.
we're going to hop into the first question for Dr. Marsh so you can get to know him a little bit better. Dr. Marsh, why'd you get into teaching?
I got into teaching initially for, I think, the love of the subject of chemistry. And then from there, I just saw that chemistry is something really useful for everyone who's learning it and teaches good problem-solving strategies, and it kind of gave me a reason to show up to work every day.
Yeah, that's one of the best answers we've gotten.
Yeah, motivational.
And what keeps you motivated? Doing your job every day sometimes must become a drag.
You know, just like any job, you know, you have your highs and your lows and everywhere in between. But, you know, the thing that brings me back every year is that fresh slate where I know I can get better and better every year. So I think little improvements I make to my curriculum, my instruction every year, finding a better question to ask the students, that's the thing that kind of brings me back every year. So I can see kind of a somewhat measurable progress from year to year, and then slowly over time just start liking my job more and more every year. So I figure I'm in the right business. If I like my job more and more every year, I must be doing it right.
That's true. How many years?
Oh, Jack, I'm glad you asked that,
Yeah.
because then we can indirectly figure out how old I am from the question.
That's right.
So I started teaching at a one-on-one teaching school in 1998,
Wow.
a school called Oxford Academy, and I know you won't believe this, but they had a smoking lounge for the students
Oh,
at
wow.
Oxford Academy.
I
And
believe it.
I'm not sure it still does, but back in 1998, it did.
Yeah, I don't think our high school has one of those.
No.
No, they don't.
Might be the boys' bathroom, but I don't know about that.
They don't even have a smoking lounge for the teachers anymore.
Dang.
This is school. For
I'm
me.
not speaking from experience, I promise you. Absolutely not. I never do that.
I'm not speaking.
What is the most challenging aspect of your job?
The most challenging aspect of my job, I think, is to try to motivate a student who's not motivated, and to try to teach chemistry to someone who is resistant to learning it. And I think that that's always been, year to year, my biggest challenge, is to try to make an impact on the students who really don't find much relevance or interest in chemistry.
You find some kids just, no matter how much you try, just don't want anything to do with it.
I think there's always a few students every year who, despite your best attempts, have made up their choice not to invest in learning it. And it's a struggle, but I try to do the best I can with it and try to let them get something out of the course.
That's all you can do.
You're throwing an extra question. Having a kid who went through chemistry, what is significant about significant figures?
Well-
Ooh. Oh, we're getting deep.
That's one of the best questions of this morning. Well, let me assure you that nothing's important about them, but they sure are darn significant.
Oh, God.
Damn.
Wow, so it answered my question without answering it. Nice.
Should I be a politician now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all right, moving on. What kind of student were you personally in high school?
In high school, I was, I would say, a pretty good student. I worked hard. I got good grades, and I got introduced to chemistry in high school. And initially, due to a conflict I had with my teacher, I didn't really embrace the subject. But then as I continued on, I saw that I kind of built up an interest in it and actually got really good at it. It all started with dimensional analysis. If you can get good at dimensional
I
analysis,
remember that.
which Mr.
I
Brown
still
calls
use it.
Mr. Brown calls it demented analysis, but I tell you, dimensional analysis is your gateway into chemistry. So embrace it, get good at it, and then you will find yourself becoming a better problem solver. And not just chemistry, but I think everyday life.
What were you thinking originally, taking up physics?
Physics was conceptual. There was a conceptual wall between me and physics. I was unable to scale and overcome that wall.
Indeed.
I have a question off the list. Is there like a beef of some sorts between science subjects?
Oh.
Well, we create what's now known as a fake beef
A fake beef?
between biology and chemistry. Now,
I don't
That's
know.
weak.
I think
I think
Magno
we
had a
have-
bit of beef with everyone.
I think we try to have a mutual respect for each other's jobs and understand that while biology is required to teach chemistry as a part of its curriculum, chemistry has no such requirement, which might suggest to some
What are you trying to suggest?
what the data indicates.
There's
that-
a spreadsheet back here. You can't see it.
The data indicates that chemistry is, I'd say some people call it the central science.
What?
I call it the most.
So it's like the nucleus, and everything
to make a
revolves around
bi-
chemistry.
to make a, now you're talking about a biology nucleus, a cellular nucleus.
We're talking about the most chemistry nucleus possible.
The atomic
The
nucleus.
atomic nucleus, that's the
Yeah.
one.
In the biology are the electrons swarming around it.
That is correct.
Must have been a really good chemistry.
Damn.
I was an adequate chemistry student.
I would like to say the same.
Jump to a question you want to ask. 'Cause we're running-
All right, we are in a pinch, but if you were not a teacher, what would you be doing?
If I were not a teacher, I think I would try to maybe be a jet ski rental guy and low
Yeah.
stress. Yeah, everybody's having fun out there on the water, and you know it, and loving what you do.
I was reading this article the other day. This guy lives in Jersey, but works in New York, and he takes a jet ski across the river.
What about the winter?
I don't know.
Can you imagine
You didn't
somebody-
read. You didn't read the entire.
Can you
article.
imagine someone crossing the water in I don't know. G lived in New York.
Like to-
Apparently it's not cold enough today, but in New York it's probably 15 degrees. Not at the moment, but in
That
general.
would be
Well,
pretty
it's
cool.
Further south.
Yeah.
So it actually would probably technically be warmer.
We don't
It's
have
probably
a
the
geography
same.
class in school. That's
Very, very tropical as you move further south there.
All right, I got a question for you. What are you currently listening to?
I'm currently listening to a lot of Grateful Dead lately. I
Yeah.
just saw a Grateful Dead cover band down in Port Chester, New York at the Capitol Theater. It was supposed to be Phil Lesh and Friends, but he had back surgery, so Dark Star Orchestra came in, and I just saw the show last weekend. Awesome show, and they sounded just like the Grateful Dead. So it kind of brought me back. And
Charlie,
What are
the
they-
Grateful Dead was a band
yeah,
from
no,
the
I don't
60s.
know. I literally have no clue who Grateful Dead is. I do know.
Charlie's face when we mention any band from over 10 years ago,
Oh,
his
boy.
face goes blank.
I just don't recall music very well. I mean, I listen to music, but I just don't.
well, Charlie, they say memory is the second thing to go.
Oh, great.
What's the first thing to go?
I don't recall.
Ah,
That was good.
Scarlet
I also
Begonias.
know Dr. Marsh, you're a big Jack Johnson fan.
I am. I do like mellow acoustic songs, and I
It's
also
totally
enjoy playing the acoustic.
Oh, okay.
And if I would have planned ahead, I maybe would have packed it on with my lunch today, so I could have played you a little tune.
Damn.
And
Well, that answers that question. You brown bag your lunch mostly.
Yeah, I like to prep my own lunch. Keep it healthy.
Keep it healthy.
Yep, I like that.
Okay, let's get to some wild card questions in the interest of time. You guys pick 2 questions
Alright.
from that list.
We're gonna go to the.
Go a little hat here.
Let's do the
Pick out a question.
the zombie apocalypse question. Who are the 3 people on your survival team, Dr. Marsh?
Well, first of all, I don't fear the zombie apocalypse because of all the good problem solving that I know I can do in a pinch. But you know what? The 3 people, this is a redo of a question before, but the same 3 people exist.
Oh, okay. It's
The
been a
first
year.
one is Dr. Carey, because he's such a nice guy. I'm pretty sure he could placate or appease these zombies, preventing them, therefore, from attacking. The second one is Mr. Bradshaw, because I need another good problem solver on board,
Mhm.
somebody who really
Big
can
science team.
start with the given and get to the
Don't
destination.
say that.
And then the third one, of course, is Mr. G, because the great thing about the zombie apocalypse You don't have to outrun the zombies.
That's
You
right.
just got to outrun your Mr. Gene.
The
right
weakest.
Next to me. Yes.
Wow. Thrown under the bus.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Dr. Gary would be a good member on the Zombie Apocalypse team. I was recently informed that he played basketball against Kevin Garnett and
He
dunked
did.
on him.
And Kevin Garnett, he shut him down. I heard Carey shut Garnett down.
Oh.
He's a defensive power, this Dr. Carey. Don't underestimate him.
Powerhouse.
All right, one more.
If you were stranded on a deserted island,
No.
we'll ask a different one. That's a very common one. Takes a lot of thought. to
Too
answer.
cliche.
What is your favorite food or meal?
I'm going to go with a good fish with some mashed potatoes, and not the healthiest choice for me, but I tell you, that's my...
What kind of fish though?
It's maybe a standard whitefish, maybe...
You like salmon?
I do like a good...
Salmon's not a whitefish.
I'm just saying.
I do. I do like halibut.
Yeah.
And you may ask me why. I say just for the halibut.
Damn.
What about a good tilapia? Like a good tilapia?
I'll have a good tilapia.
Tilapia doesn't have flavor. Whitefish doesn't have flavor.
A little bland. but-
Dude, if you cook a nice haddock right,
Haddock is
they're
good
like
fish.
breaded with some
I've had it
lemon.
with haddock.
Okay, this is too much.
All right.
Jack, are you a personal chef or something?
I am not, but my mom.
Comment
she-
comment below if you want Jack as a personal chef at your house. We can arrange that.
That's
His
right.
rates are pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haddock is on the menu.
20.
Thank you,
And
podcast.
That'll wrap it up.
Dr. Marsh has a class he's got to teach. We'll see you all next week. Have a good weekend. Thank you for listening.
Later.
Peace.
Peace out.
Listen to Grateful Dead's first album. You won't regret it.